Okay, so I'm going to be talking about how I lost 30 pounds in this transformation photo. Firstly, I want to apologize for the traffic noise in the background. I live in downtown Mexico City, and even though the windows are soundproof, the street traffic still rattles and comes up into the apartment, so I apologize about that. My before photo was taken in 2017. I was 23 years old, I weighed 154 pounds, and I didn't work out, and I ate whatever I wanted, and yeah. And then my current photo was taken like 2 days ago. We're all in self-quarantine, so I'm not working out now. But I've been working out, lifting weights specifically for the past 2 years, or I guess 3 years rather. And yeah, I'm 26. I weigh about 125 pounds now, and I've been able to keep off my weight and maintain my weight about 125 to 130 pounds. Before I get started though, there's always this saying in weight loss videos that your body doesn't define your worth and you're beautiful just the way you are, which are all true statements, but I'm also not going to say that because at the time when my before photo was taken, I did not feel beautiful. I did not accept myself. I did not love myself. I cried about my body every day, and I didn't, as sad as it is to admit, I didn't accept myself until I lost weight. And I don't want to lie and say that once you lose weight, everything magically gets better. It's a process, and losing the weight for me, was a process of improving my mental, emotional, social, and like state and ability to function in the world. So essentially, when I started my journey, I was living out of my car. I had recently lost a parent. I was getting ready to move to the other side of the country all by myself. I was living on Canada's west coast, around Vancouver, and I was moving to Toronto. Like, for us people out west, that was considered out east. It's the other side of the country. It's like a 5-hour flight. From May 2017 until the end of 2018, I was lifting weights, and the weights routines that I did, I got off of Instagram. So just from influencers, I would watch a video and be like, that looks cool, and I would just go to the gym and do it. Like, I didn't have any structure or anything. And then my body, my weight didn't change. I was still 154 pounds approximately, maybe 150. But my body composition changed dramatically. Like, my booty became rounder, my arms got more defined, my shape became more hourglass. And then finally, at the start of 2019, I decided that I finally wanted to get lean the way that I wanted to be lean. So I found these influences online, including BIOLAYNE, so Dr. Layne Norton, and Coach Mark Carroll. I bought both of their fat loss books, and Coach Mark Carroll's was the one that I followed rigorously from January 2019 until March 2019. And throughout that time, I was able to count my calories, be in a calorie deficit, and I also followed a workout routine that was provided. Throughout that process, it was most important was managing stress, so making sure you get enough sleep, making sure you get enough fluids, making sure you get enough steps every day, so like 10,000 steps, 12,000 steps, like as many as you can. He gave ranges for which phase of the fat loss you were in. Yeah, and then obviously calorie deficit. You need that to be able to change your body. And that was new information for me. I thought working out I would automatically become skinnier, but it turns out that obviously calories impact that. And yeah, I used apps. I used my MyFitnessPal, the premium one. I paid for that to track my macros and calories. And essentially the biggest information that Coach Mark Carroll and Layne Norton provide is like scientific based, and it's about sustainability and long-term success. And it's nice because they don't label foods good and bad. Instead, they teach you that just make sure you eat in your macros and your calories. And it's nice because it's important to always eat healthy and like clean foods and whole foods. But if, for example, you're out and you want to treat yourself, or if you haven't eaten a bagel or a burger for a long time, like you can eat it, it's not the end of the world. And I found that really helpful, and it was really instrumental in my long-term success, because I understand the importance of energy balance. So essentially for the calorie restriction deficit thing, instead of like having a set calorie deficit for an extended period of time, they taught you how, I learned through their books how to gradually decrease. So I would calculate my maintenance calories on TDEEcalculator.net. I'll link it for you guys. And then from there, I would, like, for the first month, it would be a 20% deficit. And for the second month, it'd be a 30% deficit. And the final month, it would be a 40% deficit. I can't remember it all exactly. I did it a year ago. But it was something about that. And then in there, they teach diet breaks. And that is essentially allowing your body to adjust and to allow your metabolism to be like, oh, okay, I don't need to be in starvation. Like, I don't need to survive off less calories. I'm getting more calories, so I'm good to go. And then you like eat at maintenance calories for a week, and then you go back into your deficit. That's called a diet break, essentially. I will link Layne Norton for that as well, because he has so much information about it, and it's all on his YouTube channel, and I highly suggest it. So yeah, that was essentially like the scientific thing, like the basics of how I finally was able to lose the weight. But on top of that, there was like other personal things that I did to help lose the weight. One of the biggest things was cutting out alcohol, and I stopped drinking in January of 2019. I'm so grateful that I was able to cut out alcohol. It was just for me, it was such a clear thing. It was like, okay, I'm getting healthy. Not drinking is the smartest thing to do. And I stand by that 100%. I find that every choice that I make in my life is so much healthier and more well-rounded and more balanced, because I have a clear mind all the time. And then also, as a result of losing weight, I finally got to a place where I was able to accept myself, and I stopped crying about my body all the time. And because of that, I was able to value myself more. And I know that there's arguments out there that you should accept who you are regardless of what your body looks like. And if you're able to do that, amazing. But for me, I struggled so much with that. By no means was I overweight, but I was just unhappy. And yeah, I'm glad that I was finally able to get to a place where I accepted that I needed to take steps for myself. Yeah, throughout the rest of 2019, I did intermittent fasting. I moved to Mexico. I met my best friend and partner in life and moved into an apartment now in Mexico City, and here we are. And I've recently, with self-quarantine, I've been doing alternate day fasting, which has been a really good experience. I'll link my experiences for you guys so you can see my most recent transformations. My normal weight is like 130, and I fluctuate like up to 135 down to 125. I'm at 125 right now, and I think like that kind of fluctuation is normal for females. Like, we have hormones. Like, some days we eat lots of carbs, sometimes we don't eat much. And the biggest thing about like how I've been able to maintain my weight loss and like have a healthy balance and balance in my life with fitness and food and a good relationship with myself has been because just understanding the basic energy balance that is required for like moving your body, caloric intake, and like throughout a weight loss process, you have to learn how to say no to social situations, to foods, to relationships you don't like, because as you lose weight, for me, my body confidence went up, my self-acceptance went up, my self-love went up. And as a result of that, I said no. I started saying no to things that weren't benefiting me anymore. Like, it was like, before I met my partner, it was like, I don't want to talk to you, boy. Like, leave me alone. no. And I was finally learning how to say no. And same with friendships or other relationships that aren't beneficial. It's just like, you're not benefiting me, or you take advantage of me. I'm not tolerating this anymore. Goodbye. I know that I had to lose weight in order to get to that mindset. And like, I don't know, I wish that I could magically say that that doesn't need to happen. But for me, it did. And if you're watching this video, you're probably feeling the same way. And I just want you to know that all the resources that I provide in this video is going to provide you with the support that you need to figure out the science to lose the weight. Throughout that process, you're going to be able to identify the issues, like for the emotional, the mental, the social blocks that you're having, and how those like disconnects are translating into your relationship with food. At least that's how it worked for me. I wanted to share my story because I feel too often the weight loss journey is just really simplified and can be shallow. Obviously, there's so much more to it. I'm not saying you need to change your body. I'm saying if you want to change your body, that's okay. You are, and you can totally do it. It's totally capable. You can do it when you still eat all the foods that you want. And then also my alternate day fasting videos is another way. If you want to give fasting a try, I highly suggest it. It is so amazing. I hope that you find all of this information helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Please make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks, everybody.